If you're selling beat leases for $30, this video might hurt you a bit, but it could completely change the way that you view yourself and how you earn money as a music producer. Today I want to break down why leasing $30 beats might be actually hurting you as a producer, and how you can actually switch that mindset around and start earning more money, more placements, and just become a better producer in general. Now obviously we know as music producers, we upload beats to BeatStars and YouTube. We try to get people there. They hit a landing page and then all of a sudden they purchase the lease for $30, and you're leasing that beat over and over again to multiple artists. And most leases come with limitations such as streaming caps, no ownership of the beat, etc. And it sounds great on paper, but in reality, it can actually cause producers a lot of problems. So what are some of the pros of leasing beats for around $30 to $50? Well, the first thing is it's a low barrier to entry for the artist. So artists can generally afford $30, even though a lot of the times they just steal beats anyway, let's be honest. But that can lead to a lot more people purchasing your music as long as you've got good marketing. And if you sell 10 leases a day, that's $300 a day. 100 leases a month, that's $3,000 a month, which sounds really, really good, and it is good. And I think the other pro for beat leasing in this way is that it's really good for beginners to get to learn marketing and understand how the leasing system works. But some of the cons of beat leasing in this way is that, first of all, you are definitely undervaluing yourself. The next issue is that to make $3,000 a month, you have to be producing a lot of volume. It's a really high volume game. You need to be putting out a lot of beats, putting beats out every single day. And then what starts to happen is you fall into this trap of just making a beat every single day or several beats a day so that you can keep up with that level of expectation that you've put on yourself and that potentially your audience and the artists have come to know from you. And that can be a real problem, because what ends up happening is you just burn yourself out. After 2 months of doing that consistently, then you really are going to burn yourself out. I was doing that years ago, just making a beat a day and putting them up every day, and then I'd feel really guilty if I didn't do it one day, and it just started to become stressful. And everybody says, just be consistent, bruh. But after months of doing this and not really getting many views on your beats, you are definitely going to burn out, and you're going to struggle with the motivation to continue doing it. The next con is that a lot of artists don't even take that leasing game seriously. They won't even register the music half of the time. They're not going to put any significant marketing behind the record. So it's really a pointless scenario in the first place. The next issue is that if that song blows up and becomes massive, and then a major label wants to get the exclusive from you, you can't give them the exclusive because you've already sold 50 or 100 leases of that particular beat. And this is where you can start to get producers remaking beats happening. Maybe a bigger producer that they're linked in with. Somebody else is going to remake that beat, very similar, same tempo, same sort of cadence, but you're cut out of the picture completely, and then that becomes a massive issue. And it's more common than you think, people remaking beats, trust me. So why does switching to the exclusive beat model work better, in my opinion? First of all, you get paid more per beat. So you could charge $500, $1,000, $1,500, anywhere going up from there, depending on where you're at in your career. You're also going to start to get better buyers, so people who are really invested in their own careers, and they're going to put a lot of marketing behind the record because they're investing their money into it. And the business side is a lot cleaner as well. You're not going to have issues down the road. You're not going to have people, who already have the beat, etc., etc. They are going to have that beat exclusively. The downsides of it are, obviously, you're not going to be making money as regularly as you would be if you was doing $30 leases, and you most likely won't be selling beats every single day. And the other thing is, it does require branding, so you're going to need to have a placement at least before you can start really pushing the exclusive route. And I honestly believe that leasing beats on the lower level is really good for beginners, producers who are just starting and trying to get their foot in the door, but exclusively is much better long term. And I think the ultimate goal for any producer should be to sort of elevate themselves from the leasing game into the exclusive game, where you can start to make more money and solidify yourself as a producer. And there are these schemes at the moment where producers are putting out, 100 beats for like $50 or whatever, and it just totally devalues it. And I think the thing is, if you become exclusive, when there's less of something, it becomes more valuable. So it's the same as money. When they print more money, they can just go and print more money anytime, but the value of that money goes down. So because there's going to be less of your beats around, people are going to want them more. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'm interested to see your perspective on this, and I don't really see many people talking about this. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts below, man, and let me know what you think. Also, if you guys need any drum kits, I've just dropped my latest drum kit. It's called Propane. The link is in the description. Peace.